Hey guys, good morning. Alright, as you can see on your screen in phonics this week, we are going to be working on that long E sound. We're about halfway through the year already, and we have learned so much in phonics already this year. We've talked about the consonants and all the sounds that the consonants make. We've practiced putting consonants together to make blends and digraphs like BL and CH. We've practiced with things like that. And we've spent the most time this year working on the vowels, the A, E, I, O, and U. These are the vowels. And remember, they can be short and they can be long. And most of the time here in the last few weeks, we've been working on the long sounds of these vowels. So this week we are working on long E. And as you can see, all these words here on your screen have an E in them. Some of them are long and some of them are short. Remember, long vowels say their name. They're going to say the name. That's what makes it a long vowel. The short vowels are going to make that sound. They do not say their name. So take just a second and let's look at these words and we'll see if we can find the ones that are short. So do you see any words that have short vowels? Yeah, I bet, because I just hear it doesn't say its name. Oh yeah, hen, very good. Web, good. None of these say their name, they just say Oh, red also does, yep. Oh, and yes. They both say Oh, and leg, yep. Oh, and wet. What about chicken? Don't worry about the I, just look at the E. Chicken, chicken. Oh, yep, it's short. I didn't hear it say its name in that one. But the rest of these words that we have left, we only have 4 left. They say their name when you read them. Ear, you can hear the E say its name. Ear. And these, you can hear the E say its name. The E's. And then in complete, yep, you can hear the E. And then in delete, yeah, delete. It has a lot of E's in it, doesn't it? But only this one says its name, delete. And they all say their name because they have a sneaky E. That's what we've talked about so far in our class. That words that have a sneaky E at the end of them, they will make the vowels say their name. So these words all have a sneaky E, and that's what makes the E say its name. But like we've been learning in all the other vowels, there are lots of ways for a vowel to say its name. There's lots of ways for it to be long. Like when we talked about A. Remember, we could have AI or AE or AY. And we talked about I, and we could have IGH or IE, or even Y could make the I sound, couldn't it? Yeah. And then last week we talked about O. And you could have OA or OW. Those were all different ways to make those sounds. Well, we're going to look at this poem and we're going to see if we can find some ways that E will say its name besides sneaky E, because we know that sneaky E can make words say their name. But what are some other ways that we can make E say its name? So let's read this poem, and if you see a sneaky E word, or I'm sorry, let's read this poem, and if you hear a word that makes the long E sound, we'll talk about it and see if we can figure out what's making the E sound. So this is called Apples in Autumn. It's hard to eat apples without my front teeth, but apples in autumn are really a treat. The apples are squishy down under my feet, but those from the tree are still crunchy and sweet. Did you notice some words that make that E sound? I did too. There were lots of words that made the long E sound. There they are in blue. And you can see that they have what made the E sound blue. So we've got EA like in eat or treat or really. We also had EE like in teeth and feet and tree and sweet. And also the Y at the end of the word can make the E sound too, like in crunchy and squishy and really, just like in Libby's name. Some of you that have a Y at the end of your name, like Libby, you guys have an E sound in your name too. So they have showed you what words had that E sound and what makes the E sound. EE, EA, and sometimes Y can. Well, this poem has a few other ones that can make the E sound as well. So let's look at this poem real quick and see if we can find the E words. Pete and me. I'm older than my brother Pete. When he was 2, I was 3. When he is 6, I will be 7. When he is 10, I will be 11. Now here's the deal with Pete and me. Take all these numbers and you'll see the older one is always me. Did you notice some long E words in that one? Yeah, I did too. And you'll see that a lot of the words were ones we'd already talked about, like EE, like in 3, or the EA, like in deal. But there are some different ones. Sometimes, like in he and be and me, sometimes just plain old E will make that E sound if it's all by itself, if there's just 2 letters in the word. A lot of times that E will say its name, like he and be and me. And we also have a sneaky E words right here, Pete and these. Those have sneaky E that make them say their name. So they have kind of organized those to show again some things that can make the E sound. We already knew EE and EA. We can have this means sneaky E. And then you could have just E by themselves. Alright, and then there's just one more thing that can make the E sound. And it is the IE sound. Or the letters IE. Now I know most of the time IE is going to say I. Like in pie and lie. It's going to say I. But there's a few words like thief and shield and believe and chief and brief and field that they all make that E sound. Thief, field, shield, brief, chief, and believe. See, they all say E. So in words like these, sometimes IE can say E. I know that's kind of tricky. Alright, so here is a list of your spelling words this week. Our spelling words this week are going to have the E sound too, because that's what we're working on all week. Words that have the E, the long E. This is going to be your assignment for today. You're going to look at your spelling words and you are going to sort them for me. When I mean sort them, that means you're going to put them together with the same letters that they have. And I'll kind of explain and show you what I mean on this one. Before I do that though, I'm going to get rid of a few of these words because not all of the spelling words have the E sound. Like grow right here. Grow is one of our words from last week. They always give you a couple of review words. Grow doesn't make E, so I'm going to get rid of it. And neither does toe. That was a word from last week, so I'm going to get rid of grow and toe. The word special doesn't. This is just a word that they want you to know how to spell. It's an important word. So I'm going to get rid of special. And the word after. Because after doesn't make the E sound either. It's just one of those review words that they want you to remember from first grade. So I got rid of 4 of the words. All of the rest of these words say E. And when I mean that I want you to sort them on your board or a piece of paper, you're going to make lists. So like remember, E can make the E sound, just plain old E. You could have EE that makes the E sound. So you'll need a list for EE. Sometimes EA can make the E sound, so you'll need an EA list. Sometimes IE. Sometimes IE. Sometimes Y could even make the E sound. And then there is one word. Man, I'm going to leave it like that, I think. Let's leave it with that. Those were the 5 things that we talked about in the video that these were the 5 ways that you could make that E sound. So you're going to sort the words by putting them underneath the right place that they go. For example, the word be, since it's got EE, you would write it underneath your EE list, okay? Yeah, good. So you're going to finish this and you're going to put them in the right place, but I'm going to add one thing. I want you to think of at least one more word that you can put on each list that's not a spelling word. So you've got to put all the spelling words, but I want you to add at least one more. If you want to put lots of words under the list, that would be great. I would love to see how many words you could come up with that have each spelling, but I'll need to add at least one. As long as you give me one more word that's not up here, you'll be good. But you can give me as many as you want. Like Y, I could think of lots of words that have the Y, like penny and Libby and many. There's lots of words that have a Y. So I could add as many words as I want to the Y list, but I have to at least have one more than what's up here, okay? Okay, I'm going to let you get started on your assignment then, and if you need any help, remember you can give me a chat, and me and you can chat in a video, and I'll help you with your work. All right, good luck with this long E sound.